Metallica's a band that formed like all through like ads on newspapers. And of course, after like 40 whatever years, you get close to each other, but that's all business, baby. They're all business.
Yo, real quick, I know you guys can't see me right now. You'll see later. I'm wearing a Metallica shirt.
Oh, are you into Metallica? Are you just wearing the shirt?
Yeah, no, okay, so they were
fucking
really
poser.
No, they were a super seminal band for me. Master of Puppets was a big one for me.
The record or the song?
Yes.
I would say more so the song, but also the record. Like, Orion is super, like, that riff is fucking huge. Like, that's big. Battery is pretty fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
I'd argue that's one of the best metal albums of all time, but it's like, it doesn't, like, I don't listen to it often. I don't really go back to it as much.
They have such a deep catalog, like, you can just pick and choose.
Have you listened to have you guys listened to their most recent album?
Yeah.
What do you think
of
it?
It was the double album, right?
Yeah, it was like I think it was the one with all their fucking faces on it.
Yeah, all their faces projected on it. So, okay, I'm big into Metallica,
right?
And this is a really, really hot take, but my favorite Metallica album is Death Magnetic, which came out in 2008.
Oh, bro! I had a conversation with my roommate Nate the other day, and I said, straight up, Death Magnetic is the most underrated Metallica album.
Yes! Because look, because the album that came out before that was freaking Saint Anger, and then obviously the recording quality is not that great. And the one before that was like 10 years before. So this is like the first Metallica album where the production and sound quality is pristine. You can hear the distorted guitars beautifully.
Yeah.
The riffs are killer. They come through the mix so well. And also there's just some really solid tracks on it. So my answer to you is, that's so sick that you said that, because Death Magnetic is my favorite. This new album came out, and there are some tracks that are kind of like that have the same effect, but it's so long, and some of the tracks just are. It seems like filler content to me.
The way that I look at this. Oh wait, I want to say something about Death Magnetic before I say about Hardwired.
Yeah.
I will argue that Cyanide is one of Metallica's top 5 songs. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
That chorus, Cyanide.
I'm an All Nightmare Long guy.
That's pretty good too. That music video is one of the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way that I see Hardwired to Self-Destruct is, I feel like this record was released not coincidentally the same time that Metallica decided to be a brand instead of a band, right? Like, I feel like Metallica, like, they started making beers, they started selling everything. Like, you can find a Metallica shirt probably in a JCPenney or a Target or your local Claire's. You know what I mean? Like, they're everywhere. So I feel like this record was more to get their t-shirts up, their t-shirt sales up, than to actually release music.
Yeah, they didn't have to release an album. That was their first album in like 10 years.
Yeah,
so
for
like,
sure.
Who was to say they could have waited another 5 or, you know what I'm saying?
It didn't have to exist. Straight up.
It definitely didn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for it. There's some sick riffs in there.
Yeah.
I think another thing about it, which I don't know if you know the history of the record, but so when they were writing it, Kirk Hammett, the lead guitarist.
Oh, yeah.
You know about the story?
It was like about the solos, right?
Well, what happened, so he recorded maybe like 500 voice memos on his phone of riff ideas, right? Mm-hmm. Right before they go in the studio, the guy loses his phone, cannot find his phone. He brought absolutely nothing into the songwriting process. He improvised all of his solos.
Oh my God.
So, like, on Death Magnetic, the solos, you could tell are constructed, they have a purpose, they're really, really good. On this one, he's just shredding just to shred.
Like, see, that doesn't really work for me. And like, I get that Metallica is a shred metal band, but at the same time, I really like, their best songs are very intentional. And
for sure.
Like, I don't know, I feel like improvisation is not something that Kirk Hammett is that good at. He's their worst member, if we're being honest. Like, he's their worst member.
You think so? As a drummer, I would love to know your take on Lars.
As a bassist, I hate him.
Yeah, you would. No, like
for what he did on Injustice for All, I just can't forgive him.
Wait, what are you talking about? Wait, fill me in.
I'm pretty sure he told the guy mixing that album to just turn the bass all the way low.
No,
and all the interviews conducted with that producer afterwards was yeah, it sounded like shit. I wasn't proud of it, but it's what they wanted. It's what Lars wanted.
Oh, fucking Lars!
So that's why you can hardly hear the bass on that album.
Lars is the reason behind the snare sound on Saint Anger.
That too.
Okay, first of all, this is a god awful take. I don't hate the snare sound. I think it makes the record. I think it makes the song. I think Saint Anger is a good track. I'm gonna move on before you can rebuttal. I'm gonna say
it's fine.
I'm gonna say about Lars. I think that he's a decent drummer. I think honestly, Sad But True is a really fucking good drum performance more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that his drum performance on that track makes it what it is, and it's the reason why it's one of Metallica's most popular tracks. I do think that he is wildly inconsistent with tempo and feel. And if we're talking about drummers, I'd say that's probably priority. So I don't know. I like him. I think it's kind of like a right place, right time sort of thing for him. If you replace him with any other drummer, I think they would do a better job. But I also think that if you take Lars out of the equation, Metallica is not a Metallica.
No, yeah, he's such a big force behind it, whether you want to admit it or not.
I mean, he's super divisive though. So I get why you asked that question because he's got some bad reputations with him.
Dude, did you see Some Kind of Monster, that documentary about Saint Anger?
No, I didn't watch it.
It's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but starring Metallica. It's just so much drama. It's so funny.
No, dude.
What's it called?
It's called I think it's called Some Kind of Monster.
Mm-hmm.
We should watch it. I would love to watch it.
Because
that's also, they were auditioning new bass players. And that's when,
I think I've seen clips of that.
Yeah, there's clips of that online. That's a really interesting part.
Oh, yeah, Les Claypool auditions.
Yeah. Yeah. And then freaking Rob Trujillo just comes in and freaking melts everyone's face because he's so sick.
He's so sick.